What's going on, everyone? It's Jeremy. Okay, I got a couple minifigs, and honestly, if you don't know this one isn't official Lego, it's kind of hard to tell. I got a couple of them here, including a fake Mr. Gold, so we'll take a look at that in just a second. First off, it's graduate season. End of May, beginning of June, we got all the graduates, and we got this little minifig. And when I first saw it, honestly, I thought it was the minifigure from, I think, Series 5 back in the day. It's over a decade ago. So, oh, interesting. And then I started looking, and no, it's a custom one. But in the meantime, this is actually an official Lego keychain. And you can see the little tassel, which looks, I mean, pretty much exactly the same. So I'm going to end up, I might get one or two extras of these in the future. I got it on eBay. So just type that in. If you just type in Lego Graduate in Google, it's like one of the top searches in the shop part. And you can mix and match some figures to save some money, which is what I did. And that's what we're going to look at here in just a second. But wanted to start off with this one. You get the little cape. You kind of have to bend the cap or the gown to make it fit. It says certificate of graduation. I know it's kind of hard to see. If I come closer, it wants to get blurry. Single-headed, only one face. We can pop the head. Oh, I guess we can't. Okay. There's what the piece looks like. And yeah, no Lego logo up in the top, which is the only reason I wouldn't think that's not a Lego head. Otherwise, yeah, it really does look like one. So let's look at the next one. The next one, I'm going to put both of them on this at one time because these are by far the coolest ones. So Vegeta and Goku in their Super Saiyan form. We get these lightning bolt. I guess that's a 3D printed thing. And then their Kai blasts. Headpieces are really cool, and you can, if you look close enough, you can tell those are two different hair pieces. Goku's hair coming over the top, and then Vegeta with a little bit of the Widow's Peak design. So, yeah, they're not Lego. They look kind of like it. The printing on them is amazing. I mean, even if you say it's not Lego, you have to admit the printing on there is really cool. So the blasts, yeah, you can go. I can go either way on that. I mean, they're really well done, but they might be a little bit over the top. Then the little things that go around them, they just kind of clips around their neck, and then you can see they're holding a little bit of lightning or electricity or just the energy as well. Now you can buy these on that whatever the eBay site is. I don't know. You can find them. They're not hard to find on eBay. You can get them at the black hair as well. There's probably half a dozen other characters from Dragon Ball Z. But anyway, yeah, that was something. I wanted to buy four. I think if you buy four, you save, I think, 20%. And these were two of the ones that I picked along with the graduate. So let's move on to our last one. I got a fake Mr. Gold who comes in a real Lego bag that somebody's just reused and resealed with a sealer. So let's take a look at that as we open it up. All right, so I'm curious if this piece here is official Lego or not, and no, it's not. Huh, I almost wanted to bet that was a piece of it. So let's see what pieces we get. Now, how do you know it's not the real Mr. Gold? Well, first off, it's not going to say Lego anywhere. I'm not so sure those are a different color with the real Lego Mr. Gold. And I've seen a real Mr. Gold before, and yeah, it holds the fingerprints really well. Okay, the other things, you can see the gold printing doesn't go all the way up to this. Hat and there's no Lego logo on the hat. The biggest thing, though, with the Mr. Gold is there's a piece of paper that comes with the official one that is very rare, if not the rarest. If it's not the rarest, it's one of the most expensive minifigs out there. And this paper that came with it at the time, they're individually numbered of these. And I think there was, is there 1,000 or is there 3,000? Maybe there's only 1,000. But the paper says the individual number for each minifig. And if you look on eBay, there was one or two. There's always one on eBay that's out there to buy, usually at a time. And man, getting these arm pieces in. That's the one thing when you build these other ones, you got to put all the arms on. You got to put all the hands on. I'll just sit these in the background so you have something else to look at other than my hands. Not being a hand model or anything. But anyway, yeah, there's a paper that comes with these. And if you don't get the paper, there's not really anything official that says you actually have the real Mr. Gold. And if you're going to pay at a minimum $3,200 as a deal for one of these, yeah, you want to be sure it's real, and you want to be sure you've got all the paperwork or anything you can find. I can't get that hand in. You want to be sure you have everything, otherwise you might be taken. And at that price, I can't imagine. So there's some out there. I've seen some sell. If you go back on eBay solds or even on Bricklink solds, 4,000 plus is definitely not out of the question. There's a couple out there that are still sealed in their original packaging because people have just felt the packages and they know what's in there. And I don't know, I'd say a good 10, 15, up to 20% of those were Lego employees at the Lego store that felt the bags up before they ever hit the market. And I think at the time they would sell them for 150 bucks. Well, back 10, 15 years ago, it was a decent amount of money for a minifig, not knowing it was going to jump to 3,000, 3,500, 4,000 plus. As soon as I can get that hand in, I will actually give you an extra hand, so I might just trade that out. So let's take a look. He's got printing all on the back, my big fingerprint smudge. So really, why did I buy it? I just wanted one, more or less as a placeholder. So if you have this, I don't even remember the series, if it's like 12, 13, 14, somebody can comment on it or let me know, or I can just look it up later. But I just wanted it as a placeholder because it's very rare. Is there a possibility I could end up with one? Yeah, there's always that possibility. I could end up trading a bunch of stuff to get one, which isn't out of the question. They had one up at the minifig shop in St. Louis at Kirkwood, up near St. Louis. They had one in there for a while with the paperwork. And yeah, I talked to him about it. We talked a little bit about price, and I was thinking of what I could trade to get to it, and I didn't want to trade enough stuff, I guess. I just wanted to hold on to what I had, so I didn't end up like the minifig or the Lego employees that sold it for less than a tenth, I guess 5% of what it's actually worth nowadays. Who knows? It could go way up more. It could be over 5,000 in a couple years, depending on how big Lego gets. So anyway, that's what we got for today. Just some interesting figures that aren't Lego. And these are actually the only 4 figures I have that are not official Lego in my entire Lego collection of well over 2,000 sets, pushing 2,500 sets. So there's that. What do you think? Are you fans of any of the stuff? If not, that's okay. So anyway, if you stayed this long, that's awesome. Thanks for watching, everyone. Check out my other videos. There's a ton of stuff out there, and we'll see you in the next one.